Welcome back to another exhilarating pre-class video. This time we'll be talking about horizontal asymptotes. A horizontal asymptote is a horizontal line, y equals b, that the function gets close to as x goes to infinity or to minus infinity. And so if as x increases without bound or decreases without bound, it approaches a horizontal line. That line is said to be a horizontal asymptote. We can write this as follows, where f of x approaches b as x goes to plus or minus infinity. So let's look at an example. On the left, we have a graph, and we want to determine if it has any horizontal asymptotes. Using our definition, we're going to start with looking at what happens as our x coordinate approaches minus infinity. As x decreases and decreases further and further to the left, this function also appears to decrease. But does it look like it's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller? Probably not. To my eye, this looks like it is leveling out at approximately getting closer and closer to this value here, which looks like y equals -3. We could do the same thing looking at what happens as x increases without bound as well. And we can see that this graph steadies off horizontally. It looks like it's getting closer and closer to somewhere around the line y equals 1. And so we could say this graph has two horizontal asymptotes. One of them, as x decreases, the function approaches -3. And as x increases, the function approaches +1. What about this graph on the right? Again, we're looking at our x-axis, and we can see that as the function decreases, it looks like it's getting closer and closer to this horizontal line right here at y equals +1 again. And this time, as x increases without bound, it also appears to approach that same line, y equals 1. And so we could say this graph on the right only has one horizontal asymptote, and that asymptote is at y equals 1, both as x increases and decreases without bound. And we'll notice, just to be very clear, for both of these graphs, we never actually reach y equals -3 or reach y equals 1. We just get closer and closer and closer to it without actually touching it.